things such as video evidence. A new app which can record video evidence, alert loved ones and assist authorities at the touch of the button is being launched today. The app is called MyWitness. It addresses public safety concerns by providing an easy and non-violent solution to confrontations. Once activated, video and audio starts recording, GPS coordinates are tracked, and an alert is sent to a pre-selected response team. All those things are available on your smartphones, but you hit one button and it all starts to fire up. Might have some use for a lot of people, sadly. Shane Rendoth is director and co-founder of MyWitness. He joins us. Sounds like a good investment, Mr. Rendoth, for parents worried about their children going to schoolies, isn't it?
It definitely is, yes. For $1.99 a month, it's probably one of the cheapest things on the market that you can use to protect your kids at schoolies.
Well, these apps tend to be shortcut keys for, further programs. This obviously seems like it's firing off quite a few things, sending off a message to a pre-selected response number, coordinates are being mapped, photos, audio and video recording being taken. All these things are all done by one button. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's right. So with the Android phones, we've enabled a quick trigger technology that allows you to trigger these things while the phone is actually still locked. So if you do actually have your phone in your pocket, you don't have time to unlock the phone with the PIN number or the swipe and different things that people have. In standby mode on Android, so when your phone's awake but not yet active, you can double tap the trigger, the volume button, and actually trigger the alert, so it does start that recording straight away.
So you have yourself caught right between the whole Apple and Android thing, have you?
Well, to some degree, yeah. I mean, Apple don't tend to let you play with the hardware as much. So look, I mean, we've developed another item called a quick launch on the Apple version, which allows you to trigger it, hopefully quicker than you normally would just by pressing the icon on the screen, and that starts the recording straight away. Yeah.
So from a user-friendly point of view, you're going all out, it seems.
Right, yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the key is, there are a lot of apps out there that do focus on GPS and being able to track kids and so forth, but we wanted to empower the users. So, enabling them to actually trigger this thing as quickly as possible was of key importance for us.
Now, the elderly, not just the kids heading to schoolies, I would have thought older people who live on their own could probably rely on this thing as, a last part of their protection mechanisms.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, in looking at that market, I mean, there are definitely a lot more people that are, tech savvy and own a smartphone these days. So, the app is really for anybody who feels nervous about their safety, and so, that applies to many markets.
Well, the fact that it actually offers video and audio recording would suggest to me it would probably be acceptable, God forbid, if you needed evidence for a court case.
Look, it could be, and that does depend on the state in which the user's in, and which particular authority body they're talking to. But there's nothing stopping somebody from actually recording that incident and then referring to that material and hopefully having it used as evidence in court.
Now, things happen all the time. It's not just a matter of walking down the street or somebody confronting you heavens above in your own home, but you see it on the road as well. I mean, all of these things. And recording them and the ability to actually know when you've got a problem is a kind of handy thing to have these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've spoken to a number of different organisations across Australia, whether it be, insurance agencies or, charity groups, that, any of those charity groups that are against any form of violence. But, just walking down the street and witnessing something that's occurring, it doesn't necessarily need to be something that is happening to you, but can be those around you.
So it is, as the app's name implies, your witness. It's your extra set of eyes and ears to something happening to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we think that, there's probably a bit of an education process for users out there to, not to use this when it's too late, or just before it gets to a point where it's too late. But as soon as you start feeling nervous about your situation or, of somebody around you, then you trigger the app so that, you've actually recorded something. It's better to have something than not have something at all.
But, of course, this in itself might well have the opposite effect. I mean, people's privacy could be imposed upon if, you're a nervous person who sees something that maybe no one else is seeing. I mean, have you thought about those problems?
Yeah, we have. And, look, I actually remember the article about the different privacy laws between the states and recording telephone calls and video and so forth. And, we sort of imply, or we hope that our users use it for the right purposes. So, respecting other people's privacy is at the forefront of what we hope people use this for.
And I guess knowing that this sort of technology is around might encourage some people to never get involved. If they see something wrong happening in the street in front of them, they'll wonder whether somebody's got their app fired up or not before they help.
Well, I mean, you can still fire up the app and then go to help, depending on the situation, of course. Calling 000 can also be done straight from the app after you've started recording. So, again, it depends on the situation, but there are various uses.
Well, either way, Shane, we're certainly not talking it down, just running through a few of the what-ifs, as crazy as they might seem, because I reckon whenever you invent something like this, everyone will come up with a different angle to it. I hope it works, because it strikes me as a pretty handy thing for us all to know, and $1.99 a month doesn't seem like a lot of money in my mind.
No, well, look, I mean, we hope that it's one part of the bigger solution. There are a lot of crimes and assaults and things being committed on a daily basis, and we don't think that MyWitness is the single answer, but we hope it is a part of the bigger solution. Good
on you. Nice to talk to you, Shane Rindoth. MyWitness is the name of the new app, and it seems to combine a lot of things, and it probably works on all. In fact, it does. It works on all smartphones. But if you give it a go, let us know what you think. 13:32 coming in a moment. We've put plenty of it on our nose to keep the sun off us in the form of pink zinc. Now the importance of zinc for killing off things